not an enemy in the world. I said, what are you talking about? What do you mean? He said, you don't need an enemy in the world. I said, why would you say that? He said, because you beat the shit out of yourself. You don't need no help.
Wow.
He said, you are your worst fucking critic. You hurt yourself more than anybody that's around you. You beat yourself up more than any nigga in a boxing ring.
Mm-hmm.
And that's, again, I don't have any problems like admitting who and what I was compared to how good I am now. But it didn't, nobody had to say anything to me. I already said it to myself 7 times before I met you. You know what I'm saying? I was one of those people. Like, I didn't have a reason to have any friends around me because you can't tell me anything that I already don't know about myself. I don't need you to tell me any, and I didn't mind being by myself because, like I said, I beat myself up and I talk myself up. So
let
I
me.
didn't need anybody to do that. If I did something that like for instance, when I left my son's father, because it was abuse that was going on. And my boys absolutely adored their father. Do you understand what I'm saying? Like worshipped the ground that man walked on. I mean, mom is mom, but God, daddy is daddy. Daddy is a God. You understand what I'm saying? That's how it was. And when I took them away from their father, at that point in time, I'd had in my mind, I had already, before I even left, I had so much making up to do because of what I'm getting ready to do. You understand what I'm saying? So I had already had it set in my head that I have to work above and beyond. I have to do what daddy was supposed to do, what mama's going to do. Like I had already put all that on myself.
Well, well, if y'all, when you saying you took the kids away from them, but it sounds to me like shouldn't y'all, okay, so there was abuse there, y'all broke up. Why couldn't he still execute his activities with the children? That's a him thing. That ain't
Because
you.
I left.
Like, as in a way, like you lived.
At 3 o'clock in the morning, I packed me and my boys up.
No, I got
left.
that, but I'm saying that when you say you left, do you mean like a left, like you was in California and then but you moved to Wyoming, like that away, or?
I was in Kentucky and moved here.
Got you. Okay, got you.
Yeah, I mean, I literally took them away because I kept saying if he kills me, I'm not. I'm gonna. It's gonna be more hurtful to my boys. I weighed that out more than anything. If I stayed and I let him kill me, how would my children be? If I left and took my babies, how would my boys be? I thought, and I still deal with it. Like if I just would have stayed.
Okay, well, so check this out. You just said you was mama, but he was God. Yeah, that's what he would say. They would say about you. Because when he's putting foot to ass, you know what they say? I want mommy. That's how that goes. What parents don't realize is that children have zones, and they love their father. Yup. But like I told you before, I remember one time I was getting chased. We lived in Elizabeth, New Jersey, back in the '70s when black people wasn't in Elizabeth, New Jersey, and we was getting chased. I was getting chased, and I ran home, ran right past my mom. I mean, right past my dad to my mom. I needed nurturing. She sent my dad out there to handle the things, but it's a timing for everything. So you're right in what you're saying, but I bet you he would tell you, yeah, when I'm putting foot to ass, yeah, you want your mother, don't you? They cry when they crying for you. That's what kids do. It's a balance of both. Yep. I've told 150,000 of my clients that said I need you to help me draft up paperwork because my kid want to come live with me. And the first thing I said, no, they don't. No, they don't. There ain't a man out there where the kids want to live with the man. There is not one. I don't care what they say. Oh, Chris, I'm telling you, my kids want to live with me. No, they don't. You lying
There's
to
something going on in a situation they don't like right now.
Exactly.
They want to get away
Exactly.
from. They don't want to be with you.
Exactly.
They're just not liking what the fuck is going on right now.
That's right. There you go. Because one thing I tell people is I'm the truth. My business and my company, I help fathers. My books, fathers, and what we've been through. But what I'm not going to do is sit down here and say, women are the evil, women are this, women are that. So go get your kids and box the mother out of the kids' lives. I don't promote that product. So it's a balance of both. It really is. And what I tell individuals is when you and your children are at a part, whenever you talk to the opposite person, you need to keep the phone on speaker. Because one of the things that I help parents not do, parents don't shine light on a true issue, and then what happens is there is animosity that starts building up. And people will say the child is too young to understand. Even had individuals go to court and the judge say, don't tell the children what's going on. That ain't what I teach in my business. Tell the child what's going on at all times.
You gotta tell the child what's going on.
You goddamn right. You better.
Yeah, because shit. I thought for so long that I was hiding stuff.
You're not hiding nothing
from my sons, and
right.
Especially my friend told me. He told me. He said, "Sweetheart," he said, "Listen, he's almost 23 years older than me. He said, let me tell you one thing you will never do as a mother. You will never be able to hide nothing from your sons.
No, listen.
Too much of a connection." He said, "You'll never." He said, "Your son," and I thought I was doing so well until maybe 3 years ago when my youngest son came to me and said, "Mom, you know what?" I said, I asked him, I said, "Why are you so mad? Why are you just seem so angry all the time?" He said, "Mom," he said, "I got a perfectly good reason to walk around the way that I look around." He said, Mom, I knew everything you went through." He said, "And every day I see this nigga and I remember him and I know him." He's like, "Mom, I want to kill him." And I just walk around and I hold on to it. He said, "And I see him."
Listen, I spoke at an event one time and I gave a scenario. And I said, let me help you individuals understand something about kids. Kids love their mother. And here's what a child will do. A woman will sit down there and be playing with a child, right? She's playing with a child. And then she'll say, "Do it again. Look, mommy." And then that woman will open up a letter. "Go ahead." "Oh, that's so..." And that woman will stop and read the letter. And then it'll say, "You got 3 days to get out of your house. You're getting evicted." And that woman will take that letter, sit it down and say, "Oh, that's nice. That's nice." The kid knows whatever mommy just read in that letter.
It changed the way she felt.
Yep. And then the kid would be like, and then the kid, this and that. The kid objective. You know what the kid objective is at that point? To get that letter and see what it say. That's how children are. That's how children are. Individuals, whenever I have a client and they be like, "Chris, hold on. I'm around my kids. I got to go in the other room." No, bruh. Stay right there. Put the phone on speaker.
Don't do that. Yeah, because whenever everybody knows when you get up and walk away in a conversation, there's something that somebody doesn't want you to hear or see.
And now curiosity.
Kicks in. I got to know what's going on.
Yeah.
It's human behavior. It's human nature. Just to want to know what's going on, to not be left out.
Yeah, and just to because kids, what
I worry about. I worried about my son. Like literally, I pushed him to do everything. I worried about it when things are going on. I'd be like, "Son, such and such is going on at school. You don't want to go? Here, I'll take you. I'll drop you off." Like I would try to get him to go. "No, Mom, I'm good. I'll stay home." No, and I even told my mother, I said, "I'm just worried about him." I said, I know, like I know the type of child he is. He's very introverted, but there comes a point in time when you get like 16, 17 years old, when that shit goes away as a boy, because now you want some pussy. Like you want to see stuff, and when you don't move like that, I told my mom, I said, "Something ain't right." My mom said, "What? You upset because he's not out here trying to fuck?" Yes.
Well,
Yes, I am.
it's
I'm upset that he's not socializing on any type. I mean, this is not video games. This is just him sitting in his room reading magazines and shit. To me, that's a Unabomber in the making. Hey, I'm gonna need you to get up and start talking.
Well, I would tell you that it's so ironic you said that. About a week and a half ago, my literature was, I'm very successful and I don't get pussy. And I have to tell individuals that, because the perspective in which a lot of individuals are forced into thinking that they got to get pussy.
No, okay. See, don't focus on that.
Well, I'm telling you what you told somebody not to, and I'm telling you what I am.
Okay, but I'm just saying, don't focus on that, because when I would look at you, for instance, if my son was talkative like you are, didn't mind sitting down conversating, or even didn't seem to be uncomfortable having a conversation with me because he seemed uncomfortable with even having conversations with me, that's why that light flashed on with me.
Yeah.
Because it's not that he's not conversating, or he doesn't reach out, or none of that with anybody. He won't even do it with me.
Yeah, but just understand though, there's a lane, and you're not the lane for that. It's a lane. It's just understand. Maybe he's going to get around individuals like him, and that's the lane. Because
okay, well, that's fine. But my factor is he's 16, 17 years old, and that's not going on yet. So, me as a mother, I'm worried.
All right, but
I can also say, I told my friend yesterday, I am a born warrior. That is going, I know, and it's so sad for me to say, but I know for a fact that is going to be the death of me. I'm either going to have a stroke or a heart attack.
Mm-hmm.
Because I know it's the way that I'm made up. My whole entire life has been focused on, still at 40, on other people.
Well, listen, you're saying that you're saying the one thing that I spoke about before, that's, as a man, I've noticed about women in our community. It's just that pulse, as opposed to saying, it's a balance. Whenever you don't have the opposite in your life, if you're a man, my father is in the ground right now because he didn't allow estrogen in his life, and the average woman, and it's I got to do everything. Nope, you need some testosterone in your life to give you some direction. A man need to say, like we spoke earlier, no, don't worry about that. Let's just continue on. No, you ain't worry about that. That ain't our concern. Let's worry about what's going on in our own house. And when that doesn't happen, you just get everything is important, as opposed to saying, like I just tried to tell you, that was me at 7. Don't be fooled by the person I am at 52. That's how I was at that age. I'm not a Unabomber. I'm not a killer. I'm not anything. I am the adult version of what that person is. That's why I build bikes. That's why I got the hobbies that I have. That's why I read books. I have.
But I mean, now he does. But then he didn't, and that was concerning. But as he got old, he got older, and I sent him back to Kentucky. Indiana. I sent him back to Indiana. They were in Indiana at the time. I sent him back because my nieces and nephews had just moved there from Germany. They have been over in Germany since they were 3 and 4 years old. So, we didn't have a lot of contact with them for real. So when they moved back here and they moved back to Indiana and they got an apartment there, I called them. And I said, listen, this is the situation. And I explained, and they talk to Elias every now and again on FaceTime, whatever. And he kind of built a bond with them. Mm-hmm. So when I saw that they were coming back, I said, hey, son, why don't you do this? Why don't you go back to Indiana with your cousins and see how you like it? You're out of school now. You know, kind of spread your wings a little bit and figure out what you want to do, Ma. And he was scared. He was kind of off put for about 4 months, and then finally he was supposed to get a job and he didn't, and it kind of got him down because it was the first job he applied for, and he felt like he did really good. So so he didn't get the job. So then he came to me. He's like, Mom, let me go ahead and try. Cool. He's 19 now and doing wonderful. Works at Amazon, drives Uber on the side. My niece, she says, I ain't never cooked so much for men. And she said, she's gay. So she was like, it's really easy dealing with him, Auntie.
Yeah, I'm not surprised by the end result. I just was talking about how you said he's going to be a killer and all that. That's all I was saying.
For me, it scared me because my other two children are social butterflies. You know what I'm saying? And I didn't. And I'm still dealing with how do you raise three children the same way in the same house and they still have three totally different personalities and nobody is the same. I'm still dealing with that. Because I'll catch myself saying, well, you're not, I'll say to him, well, Xavier did more of this. And I'll say, well, wait a minute. I'm not talking to Xavier. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, I have to stop myself and I have to recorrect myself.
And that's what I was saying. We all need the opposites in our life, because if you are raising three boys in a house with like, if you had the setting of a husband and wife and the three boys, the husband would say, baby, let them come into their own. And every time you even tried to bring it up, you would have got shot down, because that is the evolution of life in itself, not what a parent perceived that the child should be. It's just every flower doesn't.
I was dealing with a guy at the time when I was going through it, and he used to tell me all the time, leave him alone. He was like, so what? Maybe he's reading and he enjoys reading. He said, maybe motherfucker's in there writing a book and he just ain't said nothing to you yet.
Yeah,
like, just leave him, leave him alone. Let him figure it out. Don't do that to him. He said, don't. His words to me all the time was, man, don't drive him crazy. Leave him alone. Let him figure it out. He said he's gonna be. He said that boy's gonna fucking surprise you. And now you know what he's doing, and it's really, really surprising. He likes to build video games. Mm-hmm. He's like into web design and graphics and all of that. And I was like, all the time he was sitting there reading. What did you read? And he'll start laughing. He was like, he's like, Ma, I was reading like building video games for dummies.
Yeah, because
creativity, and he was like, and I would just rather hold the book in my hand than holding a Kindle.
Yeah, because I don't like Kindles neither. My ex-wife brought me one. My ex-wife brought me one. I probably read 5 sentences in the pre-books that was in it, and I was doing a show and gave it away as a contest. I'm fucking with.
Yeah, he didn't. That's what he said. He said, "Mama, I just would rather hold a book in my hand." He said, "It ain't nothing." Ain't nothing like. And then I was like, "Okay, well, I told him, I laughed at him. I was like, I used to think you was gonna be crazy." He said, "Mama," he said, "You didn't think I heard you talking about me?" And I was like, "I am so sorry." He said, "It's okay." He said, "But see," he said, "it's okay because you talk so bad about me." He said, "But I'm gonna be the one to take care of you." And I was like, okay. And now that he's gone, and actually he said he's getting ready to move back here because he's saved up his money. He wants to have a tiny house built and put on his grandmother's land.
That's good stuff.
Yeah, he's very yeah. Very surprising. Very surprising. Yeah. But it's okay with me because it just lets me know I didn't do as bad as I thought I did. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. I didn't do as much damage.
Well, yeah, I could have told you that, because what we do as adults is, like I said before, I remember my daughter came to me and said, "Daddy, I want a hot dog," and I lost my damn mind. And I was like, "We don't eat hot dogs. What the hell are you talking about? We don't eat hot dogs." And she was like, "Daddy, I want a hot dog." What? So do you or do you not have I have a daughter. Yeah. One. Yeah, I have a daughter. Um, I don't have a relationship with my child. Anybody home? Why is your heart hurting? Oh, your sister? Oh. Well, one of the things that I talked about, and this is just true stuff. I talked about gangsters, right? And when we sit down as humans, as the human species, and we look at our ills like COVID. Let's take COVID for example, right? COVID is fucking gangster. COVID is getting up in cats. Just COVID done fucked the economy up. That's gangster, you know. And people, they don't build up their life for that. They don't do that. It's like, so what I would tell people: debt, poverty, stress, those are all gangster. And I try to make sure that I keep my life to where as though I don't have none of that. I'm not interested in none of that. Because that's the real gangster. I'm not trying to fight no mortal. I'm not trying to do none of that. I mean, individuals want to walk around here and be like, yo, I'm tough. I'm this, I'm the top dog, dun dada. Yo, that's cool. But top dog, top dog, you said? Okay, top dog. Yeah, you the dun dada god, all that. And when every time I hear somebody sick, I be like, man, I'd sure love to take that illness and kick its ass. But illness is unfortunately doing what it do. You know, does what it do. And that's the real bad person. Humanity, we all, COVID did a lot for humanity too. A lot of good that it did, and that's just to show people that there's a narrative in life that you should have. You better keep anyway. You better keep this narrative in life because I was listening to Colin Cowherd and he said um, there's some people that was doing bad already and COVID made it worse. And there's some people that was just getting ahead. COVID made them like COVID took everybody down a notch, you know, and it did. Yeah, right.
And COVID actually just it highlighted a lot of things for me about the people that I was around, my situation in general. Like COVID has truly, COVID has made me smart. COVID has made me. I've always been. COVID has just highlighted for me that I'm not as silly as I thought I was. Um, what I thought was true, what I thought it was what it was.
Right.
And show me the people that are for me. And oh God, one of my favorite ones is hanging on by a thread. So it's done a lot for me. It has.
I was talking to my friend yesterday, and we were actually, you know, we from the ghettos of North New Jersey, and we were talking about how out of all the seven of us that grew up together, me and him were the only two that our mothers was on welfare. Everybody else had mother and dad in the house, and me and him were the only two that didn't. And we're actually doing the best out of our friends, and it was like our life has taken us when we were kids. Like we went through life. We had such a hard life. We have an easy adult life, and we see that the ones that had the easiest childhood got the hardest adult life.
Because they didn't have to deal with those life experiences that you guys had.
Oh yeah.
So when those situations came up, you guys got to build for it. And mom and daddy usually do. She used to say, I'm just so humble. I am just humble. I am humble. And I was like, sweetheart, I used to all the time, you say it so much, I'm trying to figure out, are you truly humble? Are you trying to convince me or you?
Yep, there you go.
Because the person
there you go. They don't have to say it. That's right.
That they are. And that's why I always say to people when I say, well, how are you doing today? And they say, I'm blessed and highly favored. Okay, are you trying to convince me or you? Because if you are blessed and highly favored, then it is in your everyday actions. And you don't have to tell anybody every time
right.
you have.
Yep. That's it.
In you and of you.
That's it. There you go. That is part of my literature. When I spoke at an event 2 weeks ago, I ain't trying to hear it. You can go ahead. psych yourself up for that nonsense, I'm not trying to hear it. Because like you said, I don't say nothing.
They blocked this thing on Facebook that I thought it was.
What?
Yeah, it was somebody. Well, I actually got locked up. I went to Facebook jail because it was a pastor, and his word was, "I don't need you to pray for me."
Wow.
And what he basically said, and I guess somebody didn't agree with it, of course, Facebook didn't agree with it. What he basically said is when he said people that typically have to get on Facebook and say, "Pray for me, pray for me, pray for me," you're asking the wrong people that don't generally know how to pray to do something they don't know how to do. So you're setting yourself up for failure. So what I'll never ask anybody to do is to pray for me. Why would I ask you to do something for me that I can do for myself?
Right.
And I know what I need. I don't even have to explain to you what I need because I know what I need.
That's right.
So what good would it do for you to pray for me? You might pray wrong.
Right.
And I'll get done completely opposite of what the hell I need.
My mom said, we're going to say a prayer for your child's mom. I said, I'll duct tape your lips shut before you get one word out.
Oh, God. And there was a lady that used to tell me all the time, "Girl, I'm going to pray for you." And when I walk out, I say, "You go right ahead, sister." My mom would say, "Why you keep doing that to her?" I said, "Because the way she backslide ain't going to get no higher than the ceiling."
Wow. Yep. I believe that it's an unfortunate cycle, and a lot of people think they can just transition. It's kind of like a person that gets drunk all weekend and then get up on Monday and think they're fit to go to work. And it doesn't matter. It doesn't work like that. Life does not, you cannot transition life like that. And individuals actually think you can. And I'm like, that's not how life works. It doesn't. Nothing works like that. If you kick a dog all the time and then switch owners, that dog cannot come and say, "Hey, Scruffy, look at my new sneakers." That dog, "Hey, mother." Yeah, right. And that's what a lot of people. And what I've learned to do is embrace my different and help people understand. All along, you thought that life, because individuals are quick to say, "I'm about that life." I'm not about that life, Holmes. And let's be clear, I'm gonna pop off on your ass and I'm going home. I'm not popping off on you, getting arrested and got to post bail. I'm gonna pop off on your ass and I'm going home. I'm explaining to the detective, showing my credentials, and I'm going home. So, bruh, keep that life in that world. When you come over here and deal with righteous, I'm gonna deal with you the right way. I'm not gonna deal with you that way. And people don't understand those cycles and those worlds belong in their lanes. So no, I'm not. I don't live like that. And so
you're just like, yeah, I understand.
yeah, I'm not. Listen, Harmony. Oh my God, me and Harmony are best friends. I was just thinking today. I said, man, um, I wanted to buy me a 50-year-old gift, and I ended up not buying the gift because at the time I was trying to buy me my 50-year-old gift, I was saving up, saving my money. I was getting myself out of debt. So it all just was like postponed. And here it is, I'm 2 years behind. And I said, you know what? I'm going to get my gift this year. I'm going to get it. And I'm going to get my gift. And it just feels good to always just have good stuff lined up. Have somebody in my life tell individuals, I don't do negativity, I don't do attitude. Well, I'm not like that anyway. Then we start talking and everything. Then it finds out they got the biggest attitude in the world. And I'm like, I don't deal with attitude. I have harmony in my life. I tell individuals, when you deal with me, you must be my Well, what is your I'm happy. You need to make me happier. I don't, and if you got issues, I would tell them, go to therapy. I go to therapy. I have no problem with going to therapy. None. It's a beautiful thing to sit down there and have somebody tell you that don't know you, give you a perspective other than sit down there and talk to your friends. Like my friend, he's having a baby, and he's like, yo, man, all our life he was on this old, he came up a little hard. Like, me and him was the only two that didn't have our father in the family, unfortunately with him though, his mom was on drugs, so he came up a little harder, and now he got this girl pregnant. She's 31 years old. He's 50, and he's like this, that. I said, yo, man, listen, bro, don't take that single analogy perspective. Don't give it to her, and definitely don't give it to somebody that's bearing your child. Don't do that. Don't do that. I'm not that. That's why I don't have friends. People don't like talking to me because I'm not gonna sit down and be like, word, get out of here, my nigga. Word up, my nigga. Oh, that's what I'm saying. That's what's up, my nigga. Nah, no. Bruh, don't treat that lady like that. Don't. Don't. I'm like, and I'm like, yo, bro, I know you.
Okay, but again, it's like we had the conversation, but you just said the issue right that he didn't. I always tell my girl, and I think that's why again why I'm by myself, because just the men that I've been meeting lately, they have what I call mommy issues.
Mm-hmm.
Because you didn't have your mother, you can't respect what you never had to deal with.
Mm-hmm.
And that, at the end of the day, that's how I feel like my niece, she's got 5 kids. She's 33 years old. She has 5 kids. And
is that mommy issues or daddy issues?
Well,